Brent.
And this is Faith Talk.
What's up, guys? We haven't shot any of these in a little while. Sorry for the gap, but had a lot of personal things going on.
We're busy.
Yeah.
You're busy.
Yeah.
We're
We try to stay pretty regular with it, but
it's what it is. So anyway,
we're excited, guys. We're less than 6.5 weeks out
6.5 weeks. Yeah.
from ACP.
If you have not registered, go to the website. Please. www.acpyouth.rally.org. Go to the website. Click the register button. You have to fill out a registration form, but you can pay online with PayPal. Get it done now. If you're bringing an RV, if you are a adult bringing an RV, if you're a kid bringing an RV, that's kind of cool. But there's plenty of RV spots that are available for $18 a night. That's what they charge us. So we're passing the savings on to you. We did lower the youth rally prices this year by about $5. So get signed up. Help us out by helping you out by getting food to feed you for the weekend. So,
guys, we're so excited about this year. We got so much fun planned for you this year, guys. If you haven't seen the theme video, you don't know what this is all about,
go to acpyouthrally.org and look it up. Go to YouTube and look it up.
Check it out. It's up on the YouTube channel. It's up
Take that off.
referenced off the ACP website, guys. All of our social media is referenced on the ACP Youth Rally site. So all you got to know is
www.acpyouthrally.org.
Everything else we do is right off that site.
Quite literally.
Click the button, you're there. Okay? Go see what it's about. We are really excited this year. J-Mac's coming up from OC. Taylor Wallen's coming up from
Oklahoma
Hills.
Christian, for those of you who don't know.
It's
Richmond
gonna be
Hills Church of Christ,
awesome.
Texas. They are signed on, ready to rock. They're excited to be here. It's going to be awesome. Hey, one thing I want to talk about this evening real quick is so for those of you who have been around ACP for a while, this happened right about the time I met Brian here, and we had a rally that was just going wrong. It was everything that could go wrong did go wrong. Our worship team didn't show up on time. Actually, they didn't show up at all that year, which because it was okay. They had car problems. I get that. Our speakers were late. Our equipment was faulty. You know, everything could go wrong. I had a series of 6 migraines that year? It was great fun. In fact, one time I actually collapsed in front of him, which was great because I was trying to take the burden upon myself because everything was going wrong. So when things go wrong, and they generally do.
Oh, yeah.
Especially with us, they generally go wrong. How do you hit a curveball? How do you hit that curveball that when life just knocks you to your feet, or knocks you to your behind, I should say, knocks you off your feet, how do you keep moving?
Well, you know, we're all really bad about best laid plans and such, right?
The best laid plans of my submit.
We all have these big ideas about what we're going to do with our lives, or with our jobs, with our schooling. We all have these big
with our special
plans about, you know, I mean, it's hilarious. I actually only have met one person, and it was actually kind of cool. She literally had like a big whiteboard like this one back here, hanging in the middle of her living room. She didn't have a TV. She had this big whiteboard hanging up, and she had post-it notes with strings, and she had her whole life mapped out.
That's a little freaky, dude.
Yeah, it was a little kind of creepy, but at the same time, it was very interesting.
That's still weird.
Because she was crossing things off. It became a big plan of action. She didn't have it in such big terms where it was like, marry this person. No, she had very specific steps to get everywhere she wanted to go, and it wasn't just goals, it was a plan of action.
I had that too when I was
to shape her life.
I had that too when I was a kid.
But she had very small, measurable steps, very achievable. I just read a quote earlier that was the most awesome thing I think I had seen, and it was, you have an idea, that's a dream. You write it down on paper and give it a date, that's a goal. You break it into smaller, achievable chunks, that's a plan.
Okay. So let me
let
me tell you how I've dealt with this and go from there.
Wham! Life hits you in the face with a giant Thor's hammer!
Or he takes a big shield and bashes you over the melon. What do you do?
It doesn't work.
Or you put this mask on and you look weird. But anyway, so there's a quote that I heard recently that actually is like takes the quote you just said and like knocks it on its tail. It's how do you make God laugh? Tell him your plans. Now seriously, folks, here's the funny part. And this is coming from my personal experience. One, we try to take too much on ourselves. We try to be everything to everybody and be not just like the center of attention necessarily, but like we try to, if we have this project that we're in charge of that we're helping run or whatever, we're trying to take care of all of that and not relying on our brothers and sisters to help
Like
us out.
ACP.
Like ACP. Like stuff I do at my other job, whatever.
The rally's a really good focal point for this.
It's really good. It is. Well, and honestly, I've had to learn to delegate. over the
It's a
years.
great example.
And-
Any project this size is
Yeah.
a pain.
It's a great, but it's a good pain to go through. But things like look at projects you guys do at school. How many guys will take on an entire project by yourself, and it's not something you could do by yourself, or you'll have a group and you're the one trying to do it all, and you're the one stressing out about it. Here's another way to look at it. How many of us have problems that we really need to talk to somebody about, but we don't go to our brothers and sisters in the Lord, and we don't talk to them, and we don't try to gain wisdom or experience or strength from our brothers and sisters in Christ, because I got this, I'm good, I got this, I'm all right, I'm strong by myself. It's like, no, you're not. You're just simply not. And the way I've had to learn how to hit a curveball is, one, delegate. When you have the ability to delegate, do it. Two, don't count on yourself all the time. You're going to let yourself down. You have to be able to count on other people. That's one of the strangest, most vulnerable things you'll ever do is invite somebody else into your world and say, hey, I need your help because I can't do it by myself.
Guys, the youth rally really is a great example. So let me tell you a couple facts that you guys probably don't know
I'm ready
about
to
this
hit it
youth
now.
rally. Yeah. So maybe you know or maybe you don't that we actually don't ever stop working on this.
Right after we get done with one, actually before we get done, before we ever meet for Cider Press, like when you guys come to the rally, we've already started working on the next one.
In our final 2 or 3 meetings before the youth rally, we're already actually working on next year. So we can possibly, like we all but had the theme pretty much for this year's youth rally at the end of last year's youth rally.
Yep.
We could have revealed it then. We decided to hold off and do a later in the real year reveal. Other times, maybe you've been to the rally before, because we've had years where we got to the end of rally and
Release
we
the theme
threw
for
up
next year.
next year's theme
Yeah.
right at the end of the last video, right? We do the closing video that you guys love to watch, and we post that where you guys can go see it. But the last slide will sometimes be the theme for the next year. Guys, we work on this year round. Zeke and Dave and I take about 1 month off.
Well, you do. I don't sleep.
Well,
so.
let me phrase that. we take about 1 month where we don't have a meeting. How's that?
But we're still working on it.
We're still working on it in our own individual. We take about a week or 2 after the event and then get together and review the event
Yeah, review what happened. It's called the postmortem.
and break it down, pros and cons.
So where are you going with this, boss?
But then we take a couple weeks, we skip a meeting, and then we're right back at it.
Yep.
So this is not something, if you've ever worked on this project, like some of our people from over Woodinville, right, who work on the Woodinville rally.
Thank you for being with us.
We love you guys. Shout out to the Woodinville rally.
Yep.
We love you guys, and you guys know what it's like. It takes all year.
Woodinville, Mikva,
Now-
Winterfest, all y'all.
When we plan something like this, let me tell you an unknown secret,
Well, if it's
We
secret,
come up
it's
with-
unknown.
right? Sorry, I'm redundant today.
Obviously.
So we come up with the theme and the plan for the next year, right? But after we come up with the initial plan theme and what that's kind of going to look like, well, that's plan A. We build plan B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. Guys,
I try to limit the amount of plans we come up with as much as I can because
Well,
it does get annoying.
It's the
but
fallback version of the plan.
we do fall back.
Because the theme may say here, but the achievable, because we dream big.
We have
we dream
fallbacks,
Really, really big.
but we also have fallbacks for our fallbacks for our fallbacks. Now that will not. There was one year, you guys remember, 2014 was it?
I remember.
I got sick.
Oh,
First
yeah.
time in almost 20 years of being a Cider Press, I got sick and I had to go home. And the crew took over and did exactly what they're supposed to do. You let everybody back back inside when it was raining or torrential
Yeah,
rainstorm or something.
There was a lot of on the fly. And
It took me about 3 days to be able to stand up straight correctly, and that was a huge curveball. I got the rally introduced along with the rest of the team, and I had to go to the emergency room. So how do we handle a curveball? We rely on people to help us.
When I started doing this with Dave several years ago, he asked me, because I used to direct another small youth rally years ago, and he asked me how I was so calm. And I told him, it's like, because I have plans for pretty much every contingency. He's like, well, that's not really possible. And
it's not possible.
To an extent.
It's not possible.
I had plans for a nuclear blast.
Yeah.
To an extent, he's right. But that's the thing is we put together plan after plan after plan. Because guess what, guys? Life's going to throw the curve.
But when it comes to when all those plans fail, what do? And
well, that's part of what I do. So that's where I'm going with this.
Okay.
That's part of what I do. Is I don't plan A and go, woo, we're good.
No, nobody does.
A lot of people do. A lot of people have like this one.
Nobody I know.
This one plan, and when it goes sideways, there's no contingency plan. Or there might be one contingency plan, but they don't have 10 contingency plans.
That's just weird. I'm sorry.
I mean, I'm a little obsessive. I can't speak. Thank you. Obsessive about it. Compared to Dave, that's one of my idiosyncrasies. Is I get a
compared to what?
Well, you plan. But
I plan.
You have this plan.
And I have
plan
contingency plans.
Right, but I have a contingency plan for the 26th contingency plan.
Okay, then you overplan.
I do. Well, that's what I'm saying. Is I have this obsessive. Like once I plan on something, I have this obsessive contingency.
If you couldn't tell, we don't always agree. So just let you know, we don't always.
And that's the way I deal with it when life throws a curveball at me.
Sure.
Because
you overplan.
I overplan, and I plan, and I overplan on top of the overplan.
Now here comes the next trick. All your plans fail. Every single contingency plan. What do you do? Oh! Dave comes back with a curveball. Hit that one out of the park.
I don't know. I've never run out of contingency plans.
I guarantee you. I've been around this world long. I'm what? 4 years? 4 years older than you are?
Don't even try the age thing.
I'm gonna try. I've been around a little longer than you have, but not much.
Wiping your own butt for a year and a half or more than I have. Congratulations.
You gotta take that out. Take that out. Anyway, you can't say butt. Anyway. Anyway, so we come from very, very different backgrounds, and I know that I've seen everybody's contingency plans. All of them fail. Every single one of them fail.
Here's based off of 2 or 3.
That's based off of 20 or 30. Yeah, one hit, son. Here's the thing. Here's the thing to think about. Where's your faith at? Because if you have 26 contingency plans and every single one of them fail, and you don't know what to do, and you're thinking you're a failure, or you're thinking that, oh my goodness, it's all going to go away, where's your faith? I know when I got sick in 2014, I had to have faith, not only in the team that was assembled to do the work, but I had to have faith in God was going to bring the increase, and God was going to take care of it, and I didn't have to be standing there. And it happened. It worked.
God uses these events actually to teach us a lesson in humility sometimes.
Oh yeah, that was a very humbling moment.
It's very difficult when that's something we talk about as directors of the event. Is we talk about what happens if all of us can't make the rally for some reason.
Then we have a contingency plan.
God forbid, right?
We have a contingency
plan.
We're
We're heading out to the youth rally because we go out to.
Don't describe it. Don't describe it.
We go out to site a couple days before and check the facility and make sure it's good to go. But we're traveling together. What happens if we get in a car wreck and all 3 of us in the hospital?
Okay, so mental note. This year we all go 3 separate cars. For 4 of us.
We plan to be able to let that plan go. It's God's event. We are so blessed to be a part of it, but it's God's event.
It is God's event. There's a document that's written that says what the plan is, what the contingency plans are, and it's written in such a way that we can hand that to somebody and they can roll with it if we have to. And that was an idea God gave me a number of years ago to do this, and it's worked out very well for the last probably 15, 16 years. But eventually things go awry, and we just have to let it go and let God. I think the biggest thing I'd like to take away from this faith talk is, are you going to let go and let God, or you count on yourself, count on your own strength.
And we talked about the youth rally probably a little much because
It's kind of on our mind right now.
it's front and center this close, guys. Our life is ACP right now. But this is everything, guys. There's life is gonna throw curveballs. You know,
If you haven't had a curveball thrown by now, well,
everybody has a plan. My plan was to be a career military guy,
so mine.
and that went down the tube. Went down the tube for you too.
You got hurt. I had
Medical
having
issues.
asthma.
Yeah, it's
so
it.
God had other plans.
That went out, and trust me, I was lost.
So was that.
Like for the next several months, I was lost.
Yep.
With what to do, and it's because I was all on my plan.
Yep.
I joined the military out of my plan. That's not where God was leading my life at the time. And
It took me.
I went, nope, that's my plan. This is what I'm going to do. Didn't end so well.
It took me longer than
See
that.
our videos about, God's planning versus your planning.
It took me longer than that to figure out where God was leading me. It took me a lot longer than when I got out to figure out where God was leading me. Hold that thought. What's the great thing about these watches is you can actually hang up on somebody. Anyway,
But guys, long story short, we just wanted to have some fun and chat with you tonight. But when life throws you a curveball, the only thing that will hold you steady is your faith in God.
yep.
Guys, you got to focus on what God wants for your life and have faith that God has a plan. And He knows it better than you. Because
His plan is better than yours anyway.
if you get sidetracked by curveballs being thrown at you, life's going to be rough. Because they're going to come a lot and often. Only your faith in God will hold you steady when they keep coming.
Absolutely. This is Dave.
This is Brent.
This has been Faith Talk.